Hi out there again, it's Lori Christos with Madonna and Child Jewelry, and I'm back for my Buy It Now video sale number 4. It's all random stuff. It's some Madonna and Child pieces that are my kind of classic crosses on rosary beads, and being the holidays and you still have time to give these as gifts or get one and wear it to a holiday event. I'm going to put a few on so you see some of my work. I've been selling some of my pieces in the last 3 videos, and it's exciting to see YouTubers getting my creations. So I just thought, why not show it a little bit more in case you're interested in getting a piece. And I'm slashing the prices. These are going to be like 45% off my show prices. Okay, so here we go. First one. These are longer necklaces because they're on the full length of the rosary bead. This one is a very old brass burnished gold tone cross. It's very ornate. And I added this brass, if you can see it, 4-way religious metal on top. So it's got a big look. There's a lot of detail. I'll hold it there for a sec so you can see it. But it's kind of just subtle and all blends into the piece. And then what's not subtle is the stunning antique, larger aurora borealis, or I call them iridescent rosary beads with the burnished chain, and it's attached. So I've been selling these rosary necklaces since the beginning, and these are my best sellers. And I don't do as many long nowadays because, first of all, they were pricey. At one time, these were over $300 in retail, like boutiques. And they were pricey, and then, they cost a lot to make. And I found that, people don't layer as much from all the way up and down. So this piece is stunning. It's a one of a kind, too. It's like, I can never find this cross again. I have 125 on it. And I would sell this one for $75. So that would be an amazing piece. Very heavy quality cross in this. There's some oxidation there and all of that, which, just adds to its, vintage charm. So this one is a beauty. I was going to see if it can be put through really high on the neck, like a scarf. It's kind of hard to see with all my necklaces. So you kind of have the option of wearing like a choker style versus long. But now that it's on, I have to take it off, and that's not going to be easy. So let me pull it off. But to see, you really need to see the iridescence, the color. Let me throw the light on it. Then we've got the pinks, the blues. I mean, these stones, these rosaries are going now for, they can go up for 80 to 150 or more. Some people have 300 on them, but this one isn't sterling. It's just silver tone. The beads are glass crystal. And if you like the piece and you have like a way around it where you just prefer it to be a short necklace versus long, you can always contact me and I can change it out and customize it for you before I ship it out. But again, this is a great Madonna and Child classic of 75 to the YouTubers. And I'm just trying to get a following, and people that I did find a few ladies, and I'm thrilled that now bought from like my first, second, and third Buy It Nows, and now they're starting to appreciate it and investing in just a couple pieces and kind of starting a collection. So I think I'll show you long again. Now that would be gold tone, burnished gold tone. This is this Victorian style. There was something on the back and we had to sand it down. I can't remember if it was a pin or if it was another piece, but this one is actually, it's again a tone on tone. But this one has a beautiful sterling Art Nouveau lady. And if you can see her, she's been affixed from side to side here with a beautiful face. Just stunning, actually, just stunning. And I liked the idea of taking the Victorian style cross and just adding it there and making it like super special. And then of course I added the little dangle at the bottom, which is just an iridescent, like larger little drop. And then this one is on, these are iridescent as well, but this is a really rare, an antique, because this shape is more of a diamond shape, and you don't see this shape a lot. So it just all goes just beautifully together. I have to put it on a bust for you to really see the detail. And this is another one that, this one has a clasp on it, but that you could wear long or short if you decided to pull it through. So let me pull it down. I'm very picky about how I get it on there and make it look special. Okay, there we go. Get the fan on me. Okay, so there we go. It's a lot of look. You see the beautiful iridescence in the bead. Just gorgeous. This is a stunning Victorian style. Now, this isn't an original, but this is a reproduction, and this still goes back in time. And this is an antique little fluorescent bubble. It's a different shape and size as the top, but stunning piece. I mean, people that get these as gifts, they love them, and then they start collecting, you know, the shorter pieces to layer. So this one is, again, is a 125er at my show, and I'm just, through the holidays, which we only have a few days left, I'm putting them up for $75. Buy it now. And you can just text or email me, and that info will be in the description. Here's another one. This is the clear rosary bead. I don't think there's iridescence. No. Beautiful, antique, clear rosary beads. Stunning. They're all there. All glass, crystal. This one is a filigree cut out vintage cross. It has iridescent stones, little bitty ones. And this is where I've added, and it's another one that's tone on tone, so you've got to look really closely. There's a cherub finding, silver tone, and he just nestles right there, if you can see him. And all these crosses are like 3 inches, 2 3/4 to 3 inches. And again, it's like a beautiful look. It can be dressed up or down, worn as a scarf or not. Just classic. Like these, to me, if you go to Italy or Spain and you were going into like antique stores, you would find these like in originals for like $700-800. And you know, I basically try to emulate that look because I'm obsessed with it, and I do have some of the originals, and I swear I don't wear them. I'm just like, they're too precious to me, so I wear these, but I do have them here, and they're my inspiration, basically. So this one, can you imagine it just with like t-shirt, white t-shirt, jeans in the summer, or black dress or blouse? Just a beauty. So one-of-a-kind piece, and again, 75 from 125, just for the time being. And I'm just trying to give you a little time to see all the intricacy. And when you get them in your hands and you hold them, you're going to say, this is a quality piece. It's heavy. You know, it's an antique rosary. This just feels like, obviously, smooth as glass in your hands. And one of a kind, but classics. Like, this can never go out of style. You can pull this out anytime and put it on. Okay, so those are the 3 big crosses. That's basically what's left from my show of probably doing like, you know, a dozen. I'm going to show you, let's break it up so it's non-religious. So speaking of adorning things, some of you may have seen, and I change things out all the time. I get bored, I get antsy. I love something so much, but I find I didn't love it the way I had made it on a necklace, or I didn't love something about it, or I had this mirror that I bought. This is in one of my first videos of silver tone. It's probably plated, ornate. It was engraved on the other side, so I ended up covering it. Ornate, very heavy, you know, compact mirror. I'm sure at one point you could have had a compact down there, but luckily it's cleaned out, so you can put whatever you want there. You could even make it a rosary box. You can take it with you and have a compact in your purse. But I love Art Nouveau. I love the burnished silver tone. So I'd had this on a pendant, and it wasn't just doing it for me, because it ended up being a little bit, not quality, but just thinner, you know, because these are findings, basically. But this was a medium kind of weight, and I thought if I put it on this piece, which this is what it looked like before I adorned it, And if I put a little bling around it, some vintage rhinestones. And these come off of old rhinestone necklaces, so I have to cut them up and affix them there. It's just a beautiful, I mean, can you imagine that, giving that to like your mother for Christmas? So this one, basically, because what I have in the 2 pieces, this one I'm going to sell for $58. I mean, I may make a few bucks, like $5, but I just love it. I mean, one of a kind. So somebody that loves treasures and is a person that's hard to buy for, this would be a great gift. I mean, if somebody gave it to me, I would appreciate that so much. And it's something you'll never let go of because you'll never find it again. Oh, okay, here we go. This is gorgeous. I think I'll show it to you after I show you this. We'll just stay in some of the religious pieces. This is one of my favorites. This is the last locket that was on a short, and I pulled it for myself. I'm like, I don't want to sell it. It's so Spanish looking to me. It came like this. This locket has this brass frame. I added a very old burnished cross on top. I wanted it to look really old, like it came out of Spain. And I added my signature favorite creamy pearl. It's not a rosary, but it's a super like pinky beige, champagne-y creamy pearl, just a necklace. And it could have been long, but I loved it short, and I wear it with all my gold. But let me open the locket. The locket opens from the back, so you just don't touch the piece in the front. How gorgeous that is. It looks so old. And look at the old stones in there. It looks like you found it out of the bottom of a treasure box. And it's a locket for like one picture in there. But I decided to put it up just because it's so beautiful. And I've been selling nothing but lockets. Lockets seem to be the best gifts ever for the holidays. So I'm putting this one up for $75. And this was $145. But if it sells, you know, I'll cry a little bit. The person that gets it will love it, and that will make me not cry anymore, make me very happy. But it's a good quality piece, the heavy piece. These are not, you know, in junk bins at Goodwill. These are quality pieces purchased from antique dealers, you know, and, you know, beautiful pearls. I don't think there's a scratch on them. So $75 to this beauty. Just during the holidays, because then once that's over, these go in a box. I won't be pulling them out really, and they'll go to a Mother's Day show. This one is one of my favorites, so I keep changing it out. I had to give my daughter a gold-filled chain for Christmas with something I bought, so I put it on this beauty. But this isn't real gold, but it looks like it all day long. And it's just a beautiful vintage gold tone chain with beautiful detail. And then this was once a gold tone crucifix. It has a gorgeous color. Like, see how bright that is? I mean, it's not like cheap gold bright. It's like antique gold filled bright. And then it has a silver tone rhinestone on top. So you get this, you know, 2-inch cross on what looks like a real gold chain. Just beautiful, classic. And it is longer. I'm going to measure it because I had it for myself as a layering piece, so I didn't want it like really up at my neck. But I can always add a ring somewhere if you want to close it somewhere else and have options. But right now, this chain is 22 inches. And then the cross is like 2 inches. It's a stunning piece. So I think this would make a great gift. It looks so expensive. It looks so antique. It looks like real gold or real gold filled. And this one's going to be $55. And it'll break my heart, but you can't make it for that. So, and these ornate pieces, these older antique pieces, they have not turned color at all. They have kept their color. There's no dingy like verdigris on it. These are pristine. People will think, you know, it was like never touched. This I got this summer, antiquing it, and I loved it so much. I love bangles. My mother gave me a collection. This one has the most beautiful detail on it. I guess lower is better. Just beautiful, and it's got the wonderful clasp. It's got the safety chain attached. Just beautiful, etched on both sides. It looks like there is almost some black enameling in there. Little fine, almost like fleur-de-lis in there. And it looks like some little enameling that gives it like a little bit of a pop if you really saw it. But it's very subtle. And as you can see the inside, look at the color. There's no verdigris. It's just in pristine condition. And it's stamped inside 12 karat gold filled. And I have 85 on it, but this one I would sell for 60. And these are going for way over. I mean, these are like over $100. And this is a nice size. It's about, to be exact, and I want to throw it on right now with all my bracelets, but I think it'd be a beautiful gift. The piece itself is, yeah, almost a ½ inch. And then I pulled out this thing that everybody has. And it's a bangle, so I'm just going to set it on there. And it's going to 6 3/4. So we're really close to 7 if I pushed it. And this thing is wobbly. I don't really trust it that much, but it's giving you 6 3/4, 7 5s for a bangle. And a bangle is going to measure smaller than a regular bracelet. So let me show it to you on with my gold. And I mean, I love it. But I love everything, so it's like, I think it has just, look at the beauty in that and how much it looks like real gold. With this is all 18 karat gold here, 18 karat gold here. It picks up all the gold. Just beautiful. The only thing I wouldn't do is, like I said, I wouldn't shower with it, so it would tarnish down the road. But it looks like whoever owned it over the years never wore it. And it doesn't need polishing or anything. It's just gorgeous. The only thing that's a little oxidized, or the patina's a little darker from time, is just the chain. And it's just not as bright as the piece, but it's also not dingy. But you can see the age on the chain. All right, so I would say goodbye to this one if I said 60. Okay, let's just show some turquoise and coral. This is a vintage cuff. I had the matching earrings. It's a beautiful piece. It's got a lot of patina on it. I mean, you could shine it up if you could. I like to keep them kind of old and dingy, so I didn't bother with this. And they're like, I'll show you off, 3 leaf patterns. And the turquoise is perfect. It almost looks like Sleeping Beauty, or, and the coral. There's not any, like, variations to them. But I was told they were sold as real stones. And there's a stamp, I hope, on there somewhere. But if I can't find it, I was told it was sterling. Oh, my light finally blew out. I'll turn this one on. I believe this to be sterling silver. It was very bright in some places down the road. And this one I would sell for 60. And that's a hell of a deal, because here's my silver arm. That's a lot of look. Like that. And again, these are just my Christmas presents. So we could, if we had, wanted to, try to shine it up here. And I think there's you could even throw it into Tarnex, and I think this whole thing would really brighten up. So size-wise, on my plastic thingy-majig, we're looking at, again, 6 1/2. But, it does bend. So I'd say 6 to 7. And easy, just, you're supposed to just roll them on. But that's a big look for $60. And if you collect them and you just stack away. I was keeping it because I have a bunch of these, and I'm just like, oh, I'll just, stack. I'm out of stacking room, so I got to part with some of these. Okay. I think I showed you, like, the goodies and my favorites, and I'm not going to sell those yet. Showed you the bracelets. So since I showed you 3 of my long Madonna and Child crosses, I thought I would just, since this is all that's left in my show. I had 2 stands of these, so I think there's probably 8 here, and this is it, of the ones that are classic Madonna and Child religious jewelry on the beads. So I wanted to just give you a quick look again, antique rosary beads. You can see the silver spacers. This one's, I believe, is sterling. It has a sterling connector. This is an old cross. And it doesn't have a marcasite cross atop. It just has like a diamante cut out antique cross that I added atop. So it does give it a diamond or marcasite look. There's detail there. And it's in a burnished silver tone. And then that is Mary at top. And I believe it's Lourdes. And that's the original connector. Yeah, and it's sterling. Definitely the connector sterling, okay, and the beads. And beautiful detail on the back of the connector. I added one matching little crystal as a drop. I mean, it's beautiful. It's antique, and it's a classic. And this one would be 65. At my show, I'm sure it was a 95er. And they're just old and treasure boxy to me. I think they're special, very special. Okay, we'll show you another. There's only a few. This one is, again, iridescent beads, the big chunky beads. This is one that could have been layered with other pieces. And it's a brass Virgin Mary connector. But I love the cross again. This one is like a brassy burnished gold color, but then look at the cross atop it is iridescent. I hope you can see it. My lighting in here just got really bad because my camera light went out, so I'll hold it up. Whew, that thing ran a long time though, so I thought I had another day in it. But you see the details, see right there, you see the shimmer. This is a gorgeous antique. You can see how old the cross is. Silver tone, but now it's like more burnished cross. And it just, again, it's a treasure boxy Italian Spanish vibe. And I'm guessing these are like 17 inches. If you have any questions, you can email me or text at 708-217-1600. Here's a couple more. These are rare. So what we've got here is a brass finding and a little rhinestone doodad. These are the drops, but it's a hand-painted antique medallion at the bottom. And this one is so stunning. It's St. Teresa, and it's all hand-painted or enamel. And she's got the flowers, and the colors are baby blue. I'll hold it up and see if you can see it. And it's all burnished. There's some yellow, some pink, better light right here. And a gorgeous connector with the Virgin Mary on an antique rosary. Short necklace, probably like 18 inches. Okay, throw it up here. These are my favorites because I like, I don't like simple. So to me, wow. Okay, there's only two left. This is another version of that collection with the brass drop, and the only difference is it's an old, like, could be a Guadalupe, but it's an antique hand-painted metal. There's a little finding there, an antique seed pearl, and the same type of deal with the antique clear rosary beads and the Virgin Mary and Madonna and Child connector. Same kind of look. So I'll show you them kind of side by side. All right. And that I'm really done. I've only got one more. But tomorrow, you never know. I might go. Oh, I do have some stuff on the ground. Oh, I forgot about it. I think I'm going to throw it up here really quick. And they're kind of leftovers from lots that I bought that I put in my closet. And I was just going to put it on eBay and I forgot. So here, side by side. Oh, I don't know if you can even see them now. Let me separate them. You can see that there is a difference. This is too late for me. I should have done this in the morning. How about side by side this way? Get an idea. And then the hand-painted metals at the bottom, but they're very similar. And we're talking like 18 inches here. The last one, that's religious. That really is an oldie, but goody. And I don't even have to take it off. It's already on a stand. So this one is a really burnished gold tone cross, and I added this old Virgin Mary Miraculous Medal. It's a heart, but I love how it looks like it was originally that way. And again, it's just on an iridescent antique rosary bead. And that one's got 95 on it, and that one would be 65. And these are great prices. These are my break-even prices. But I just want to get you guys starting to like it if you're into religious, or, you know, I consider them sometimes just funky, you know, funky pieces. And yes, you know, they're thoughtful and sweet. Okay, here's my bag. I'll just see if there's any goodies in here of stuff that came in a lot. This one was a Jason bracelet. It was just too big for me, and I think it came in a lot, or it might have been on its own. One of his first sales, but this one I'm only selling for $25, which is probably what I paid for it. It's all beaded, so the work on it is incredible, and I think you could wear this all year round. But it'd be great in the summer with just a t-shirt, or. But I'm telling you, the work on it, it's magnificent. Like, this is all rhinestones and some silver beads. I mean, beautiful, like wire work in the middle. It's stunning. I don't know where it was made, if it's like an India piece. It's definitely vintage. I'll measure it really quickly because it is, it's like 4 inches. So it's 4 inches long. And then I think it's going to eat this whole thing up. Yeah. I mean, you could definitely go 8.5, 9. This thing opens really big. I'm just not going to do it. So you could be, I'm a 7. Well, I'm actually a 6.5. But I can easily wear it. If you want, you could push it back a little more. And I'd say it would go all the way up to a larger 8.5, 9 easily. Easily. So that's one from my bag. This is just a fun vintage gold. Really be fun for the holidays. It's got little jingle jangles on it, gold tone. Just a wired cuff bracelet. So easy to like put on and just jazz something up. I think it's fun. And this is another, this would be $20. And size-wise, it's in great shape. There's no, you can tell it's vintage, but it's, I wouldn't know the date. And this one's going to like easily 7 to 7.5. So that's a fun one. These are all like bangles or cups. This one, oh, something stuck in it, which, huh, who knew that? Gotta get out. It's just an old crystal. This is huge. When I got it in this lot, I thought it was really beautiful. And I was even thinking I could, you know, varnish it up for my, you know, to go with all my stuff if I want. I don't do a lot of bright silver. This thing is massive. So, is there right? Yeah, there are some, like, it's detail, it's leafy. There's rhinestones kind of going throughout the leaf. Do you see down there? The back. This is the bright color of it. Okay, very easy. It's a clamper. I mean, what a great gift because it's never been worn. It's pristine. It is signed from some artist there. There's no way I could read that, and I do, even with my loupe, I wouldn't show, but this is again gonna, see how it's starting to open there a little bit, keeping it closed and making this a circle. It's going to be like a 7.5 to an 8. It's big. Unless you stack and then you end up wearing it higher up on your arm. But this would fit, you know, somebody with a larger arm. And just a beauty. Who wouldn't like that? $25. That's what I paid. Or, I can't remember. It came in a lot. If you do buy that one, I'm going to throw in this one because I wouldn't even know how to describe it. But it's just a silver tone cutout leaf. So that's just a freebie with that one. And this one I paid way up for. I absolutely loved it. And then it came from these larger sizes. I couldn't figure out the size, if it would fit me or not. So it's one of those like clampers that opens. It's calla lilies. If this thing was smaller, I would have loved it all day. I think it's beautiful. And it's silver little buds in there. And then it has kind of like an etched design on the bracelet, but it's so big. And it's heavy. So this is just silver tone. And I'm going to do 25 on this one. And size-wise, again, it's more oval. I mean, we can be doing 7.5 to an 8 easily on this. But look at the detail is beautiful. And it's another quality piece, never been worn. It's probably like new stock. Definitely all three of these look like new stock or that have never been scratched or touched. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing else in here. So any questions, you can just write a comment in the chat. And what I've been doing is usually I'll get texted. If somebody likes a piece, they'll text me kind of right away. And then I go in right away and just put sold. And you can text 708-217-1600. That will be in the description. And then I will put my email. Sorry, I'm getting tired and thinking of other things. Madonna, ANDchild at AOL. And you can email me as well. And I can Venmo or PayPal and take it out to, well, tomorrow's Sunday, so it would be Monday. But you would definitely still get it in time for the holidays. And if you needed priority mail, which is, I think about $10, I just charge $6 for shipping. So, let me know if you like anything or see anything or have any questions about anything. I'll be up for a few hours and I'd like my phone to blow up. That would make me so happy. Okay, good night, everybody. Bye.